All right, just taking a quick look at this new Accord SE. This is a brand new trim for 2025, and it's got all the upgrades that all the 2025 Accords get. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, the big news is it replaces the EX, and we get a nice appearance package on the exterior now, so that it basically, it's not going to look like a base model anymore. It's not going to look pretty much identical to the LX, which is what the EX looked like, right? So we get this blackout package, the wheels, they're blacked out, the mirrors, and the trim around the windows, right? A lot of people that hate that chrome window trim. Yeah, so everything is blacked out, and as a result, it kind of looks like the sport models, the sport hybrids, doesn't it? And the other benefit to these black wheels is the fact that you don't really notice them as much. Because for me, I think they were on the LX, and the old EX, they looked too small. You know what I mean? They looked too small. So with the black, yeah, you don't really notice how small they are. They blend in with the tires a little bit more. There's also a black shark fin antenna, which is weird. I don't know why that's blacked out. But yeah, I think overall, it's a huge upgrade, isn't it? And you don't have to pay for the more expensive hybrid versions to get this kind of sportier look. Now, the downside you could say about this is, yeah, for 2025, they actually haven't changed anything, any of the physical parts. It's the same exact design. And I know a lot of you guys have kind of warmed up to this design, this very conservative, clean look. But, for those who haven't, yeah, you're going to have to wait a few more years for Honda to actually give this thing a proper refresh. Now, on the inside, this is where the big change is. The biggest change for all of the Accords for 2025, it's not up front. It's in the back here. Yeah, there's rear vents now, So you got all this space in the rear seats. Now your passengers can actually be comfortable, right? So this was a huge omission on basically every trim that didn't have this, right? Every trim that didn't have this for 2024, yeah, you just had that blank console back there. And guess what? There's USB-C ports there as well, 2 of them. And this is actually, believe it or not, this is standard on every trim now, even the LX. And that is one thing you might want to note, too, if that's an important feature for you, because the Civic, yeah, you can't get rear seat vents or USB ports on any Civic. Even the top trim, the top touring hybrid, you can't get that stuff. And now you get both of those things on the base LX Accord. So while the LX does get that, there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't get, that this new SE model does have. And, reasons why you want to go for the SE. Yeah, the power seat. Power seat. Passenger? No, not the passenger, just the driver. But still, hey, the driver's the most important person in the car, aren't they? So yeah, 10-way passenger seats. And there is heated seats. So that's where, your passenger won't be left out. Of course, there's a heated driver's seat, but there's a heated passenger seat, yes. So they will be, your passenger will be fairly comfortable. And then, we do have, guess what? A moonroof. Yeah, moonroof. You get the moonroof. So those are good features. Now, what's disappointing? Right here. It's still got the 7-inch display. 7-inch display. Yes, it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You're going to have to connect your phone. But still, in 2025, 7 inches is quite small. But I know there's a lot of people, and in fact, myself included, really, that hate these huge screens, right? Some of these cars, it's like this. It's like a laptop mounted on the dashboard. Maybe you want to feel like you're sitting in your cubicle at work every time you get in your car. I don't know, But for those of you who don't, hey, 7-inch screen might not be too bad. And in fact, this 7-inch screen that Honda uses is fantastic for such a small display, because this bezel is actually one piece. So the screen is kind of like tucked in. It sits flush into this whole piece. So it doesn't actually look like a cheap, small 7-inch display. You know, a lot of other companies like Toyota, if they have a small 7-inch display, they got like this bezel that goes around it. So it clearly looks like two pieces, and you can see one piece is only 7 inches. Now for the engine and the powertrain here, it's the same as it used to be for the EX. So, you know, there's no hybrid. There's no hybrid on this model. It's that 1.5 liter turbo with the CVT.